So if I fail to kill that arm because he's very high on his elbow, if I can find his wrist, I'll always kill that arm. I mean, if I can put my hip at the end of this lever, I'll kill that arm. If he exaggerates a bit and puts me here, there are other things I can do. I can just sit through. That's not really a universal sprawl, and most people will find that in other places. But if I feel myself being lifted, and good people won't try to bring me across their body, that's not very good for them in terms of how long my lever is, but he'll bring me down to 5 o'clock, or if I'm on the other side, he'll bring me down to 7 o'clock. If I ever feel myself being lifted, I will immediately abandon the attempt to smash him with the universal sprawl and use a universal sprawl on the other side to disconnect. So if I succeed and I find the wrist, which is the end of the lever, I will always try to control that and smash it. If he succeeds in keeping me here and I feel myself being lifted, go, 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 and I keep fighting, yeah, that's what's going to happen. This is an excellent reason to train slow, so you can learn to feel and distinguish that moment when you're going from I'm putting pressure on him to he's using my connection against me and putting pressure on me. And so I recommend you just close your eyes. I'm going to put some pressure on him. He's going to keep his arm in a pretty good position. So engage your arm. Yeah, it's hard for me now. And if I feel myself at any time being lifted, I'll drop this way. It's universal sprawl to the other side. This will disengage. Good. From here, again, I don't want him resetting that. So from here, we're going into game now. I'm not going to do too much, but if I drop here, I can kill it just by walking over it, right? Or I can drop here and change position altogether, which we'll do a bit later in the DVD. But what I want you to get here, and I'll give you a different angle, is that moment when you're going from feeling like you're putting weight down to you're being lifted up, because every frame is a double-edged sword, right? He can use it just as much as I can. So if his head comes this way, you can see a slightly different angle. If I'm winning and I find, and even here I'll look, put it in a nice position. Even when he's here, I won't give up. Like, I will look to slide down it and find his wrist. But better people won't be like this. They'll be a little past 90, like 95 degrees. So they won't, it'll make it harder for me to slide down to the wrist. And when I feel myself being lifted, it's about disconnecting right here. Just disconnecting right here. Good. And I almost sat through there because the sit through is another good disconnection. But I don't want to use any more energy than I need to. Hello, my name is John Frankel, and welcome to what I hope will be the first in a series of DVDs on fundamental movements. And what I mean by that is not a series that takes you through solo drills, but a series that takes you through a range of technical situations and a range of technical choices and opportunities based around certain fundamental postures and fundamental movement patterns which repeat themselves over and over. This is not the only way to learn jiu-jitsu, obviously, and some of my best coaches and friends have produced DVDs that take a different approach, which would be a certain number of attacks from the back or a certain number of escapes from cross-sides bottom. Those are wonderful, and I learn a lot from them, but it's not the way I learn or process jiu-jitsu. And I think for a lot of people, the sheer volume of techniques in jiu-jitsu can be daunting. And unless you are either very gifted or have a lot of time to train like a pro athlete 3 times a day, 6 days a week, you reach a point at which you're saturated and you will tend to learn something new and forget something old, and basically, you know, your hard drive has whatever capacity it does inside your head, and it's hard to continually input new information. I think when we organize our jiu-jitsu around fundamental postures and movement patterns, we can take the focus off volume and put it on, if not quality, at least more qualitative assessments of what is happening in any given position.